So first game on our episode today is Barenpark.
Designed by Phil Walker Harding, artist, oh no, Klemens Franz. It's published by Lookout Games.
Oh no. All right, Eric's going to explain this because I have not played this game.
Yeah, so Barenpark is for 2 to 4 players. It takes about 30-45 minutes. In it, all the players are trying to build a bear park, and you're going to get different bear houses and enclosures and green areas to put into it. Everybody starts out with a starting board, which is a 4x4. In that board, there's 7 different spaces in that board that have symbols. We'll kind of get back to what the symbols do. In the middle, you're going to have a supply board. On that supply board, you're going to have green spaces and all these enclosures and buildings. They're Tetris pieces, basically, that you're going to be putting on your main board. So you have green spaces, which they don't give you any points for putting them out on your board, but they're easy to place because they're small. You know, you're going to have a 1x1, a 2x1, a 3x1, and a river that is an L shape.
Did it have a 1x1? I thought you only get that for being the first person to cover a board.
No. Yeah, you do get. Yeah, there's a one. It's a toilet actually. Yeah. Oh. So they are enclosures, like I said, that are gonna be different shapes, and then there's gonna be different houses.
It's a porta potty.
Yes.
Dope.
Yeah, because you're making this park. So when you play the game, you are gonna start out with a green space, depending on if you're first player, second player, or third player. You get a different size green space. You're going to be placing that on your board, and you're going to be trying to cover up different symbols. The symbols being, there's a green wheelbarrow. If you cover that up, you're going to pick another green space. There is a white cement truck. If you do that, you're going to pick up one of the houses, Tetris pieces, and there's a few different ones to choose from, different shapes. If you don't want any of those, you also can get a green space. And then there is a orange excavation construction truck. With that, you can get a
massive piece.
Yes, a bigger piece. And if you want, you can even roll on down. Lastly, there is a construction crew. If you cover one of those pieces, you're going to get a expansion board, and you can have a max of 4 different expansion boards. So in the course of the game, you're going to put these Tetris pieces trying to cover up everything. There's only one place that you can't place on your board, and that is it's like a hole in the ground, and that's where you're going to put your bear statue. Once you cover up your board, you're going to put a bear statue on that last place, completing that board. Once you complete all 4 boards, that ends the game. Whoever had the most points, and the points are going to come from the Tetris pieces, like I said. Whoever goes up gets the first one. They usually get more points.
Yeah, because they have like stacks of different size pieces. And
right.
So if you take the 3 piece, it's worth
it
7
might be
points.
Worth 7 points.
5,
next
3.
one, it's going to be a little less and less.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with the bear statues. I think they start at like 10 points. To the first person that gets one of those, it goes down to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and so forth.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. It's funny because I originally remember this coming out at Gen Con or whatever. And I thought it was going to be weightier than it actually is. And then I watched the video because I never actually looked into it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that game is like super fast.
Yeah,
it's like a 30-minute game.
I knew it got a pretty decent hype, and it has a pretty good score on Board Game Geek. So
I wonder how much different this is between, what is it, Spring Metal, Indian Summer, and the other one in that series.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh,
Cottage
Garden.
Okay, yes. Garden.
Those 3 games.
There's some similarities, but no, I would say that they're pretty different still.
Cool. What'd you think of it, Matt?
I mean, it was okay. Obviously, the art was meh. It's same old bland, Mayfair and Lookout quality, whatever. Gameplay though, I mean, it's fairly simple.
You know what? I suspect this game will get reprinted. No, Lookout. I wonder if they kept their own games. No, I mean, I guess Asmodee owns Lookout now.
That's right.
So I wonder if they'll reprint it with new artists and because I mean that game did well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to let that die.
Yeah, because I remember do you own this, Eric?
I do not. It was George that owns it.
Okay, so Eric tried to get it one year and it was sold out. So
right.
Gotcha. So meh.
Yeah, I mean, the game itself, though, was okay. It is, like you said, it's very light. It's just picking pieces up, laying them down, getting points.
Looks like I would probably like Patchwork better.
Yeah, Patchwork is going to be limited to 2 players. So, yeah, this gives you a 4-player Patchworky type of game.
The gameplay on Patchwork is better, but, I mean, yes.
I forgot one thing, and there's an advanced variant, which you probably should always play with.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Did y'all play with it?
We did.
Is that what
there's achievement styles?
Achievements, yes.
Yeah, there's 10 different ones. You randomly get 3 of them, and you play with those.
That's fair. I wonder why I guess the game seems light enough to not auto, or, they should have auto-included, but I guess not.
Right. Yeah, depending on, if you're playing with younger kids or something, you might take those out.
Yeah. Well, after just looking into it, I do like the stacks of the tiles and how it's like first come gets better points value for the same tile. That's kind of neat because it does force you to plan a little better and also to plan against the other players. So it kind of forces the non-solitaire stuff that looks like it probably has, but I guess it doesn't. But the second thing is it almost seems like your choices are really obvious, but maybe not.
Typically, well, it's going to be pretty open at the start of trying to, complete your board.
But the more super limited.
Right, the more you complete, the less pieces that you're able to fit into that specific spot.
Yeah.
If you build incorrectly, you might have to buy 2 or 3 pieces to fill those spots instead of, one good piece.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you think more gateway style game then, or do you think that it's a little bit heavier than that?
No, I would definitely put it into the gateway, pretty light family game. Sure. Cool.
Anything else do you want to say about it, Matt? Or is that
I mean, it's light. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a bad game. I don't want to sound like it's a bad game or anything. It is. It's just, it's light. It's
not something you're going to bust out all the time, I'm assuming.
No, but, I wouldn't be upset if someone did.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So
I kind of feel the same way. If someone busts it out, or if they want to play it, I don't mind playing it. This is not a game that I'm looking to acquire myself, but
it was a fun game. Your mind on it then.
Right, yeah.
No, yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested in playing it, but I guess really the puzzle piece games haven't really affected me that much. Like, I like Patchwork too. I mean, I think it's good, but it has a lot more going on than just the pieces. I mean, the pieces are there, obviously they're a big part of it, but you have the whole idea of like, when the back and forth, it's super competitive. Whereas these other ones seem like they're more like you're doing your own thing and you can kind of mess somebody up just by taking something else they want. But in this game, it seems like you're not really taking anything that they want. You just took it first and got a little bit more points. So you're not messing anybody up until late game.
I mean, you are able. There is a limited number of each of those tiles.
Right. That's what I meant by late game. Yeah.
Right. But really, I don't see that you're really trying to get certain pieces before someone else just so they couldn't use it on their board. You're really concerned over.
That's only if you played it 50 times.
Yeah. You're really concerned over what's going to help you the most.
That's fair. Well, cool. Any final thoughts on that or anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I guess just to go off what you're saying, I think kind of reverse of what you're saying, I might have looked at other people's boards just to see if maybe they were going to grab something I was looking at. Not necessarily I would take it so they wouldn't have it. It was just like, oh man, he could use that too. I better hurry up and get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That's about the only time I cared what anyone else was doing.
Which for a gateway depth of game, that's actually a cool, a cool thing to pay attention to because, it has that level of, what is that, like indirect interaction?
Right.
Because you're like not specifically trying to ruin somebody else's day by taking it. You're just trying to ensure that you get it first,
right.
And you're like, well, sorry. So that's pretty cool. Well, neat. I don't know. I'll look forward to at least playing it, but I'm not really going to go out of my way to. So
yeah,
that's Barenpark.